what's going on, This guy is so nice, and all of a sudden, it's like he's pulling knives and handcuffs and all on me. And he told me at that point if I wouldn't do what he said, he would kill me. It's like not the same person that we met at Grand Avenue Mall.
How is he different?
His face structure seemed different. His body structure is like it wasn't him anymore. It's like it's a totally different guy.
Dahmer then seemed to calm down. He told Edwards the key to the handcuffs was in the bedroom, and with the knife at Edwards' back, guided him there. As they entered the bedroom, Edwards noticed a large blue drum against the wall, but didn't ask about it. With Edwards still cuffed on his left wrist only, they sat on the bed together and began to watch a tape of The Exorcist III, which Dahmer said was his favorite movie. Periodically, while watching the tape, Dahmer would rock back and forth, mumbling and chanting.
And then he would turn around and try to ask me to put both of my hands behind my back, and I wouldn't, do it. I would talk to him. I told him, you can trust me. You don't have to do this, and that would calm him down.
After a while, Dahmer assumed control again.
He told me to lay down, face down, put both of my hands behind my back, because he got changed again at that point. Like he got more aggressive at that time. He kind of laid across me, put his head across my chest, like he was listening to my heart. Because at the point he told me he was going to eat my heart.
Said he was going to eat your heart?
Yes, that's correct.
Did he still have the knife?
Yeah.
Where was the knife pointed?
When I was on the floor, he had it pointed at my groin area at that time. I knew something was about to happen, so I suggested that I go to the bathroom. I had to use the bathroom.
Dahmer let him go. Edwards said he seemed calmer when he returned.
Yeah, I told him I want to sit in the front because it's an air conditioning, and I was just going to try to jump out the window or go for the door. So I had unbuttoned my shirt to try to make him feel more at ease. And then I just sat on the couch and he just started going out of himself again.
Going out of himself?
He was like paying me no attention at that time.
Edwards seized the opportunity. He hit Dahmer and bolted out the door. As he ran down the street, he flagged a passing police car. The police, with Edwards, returned to the apartment and found Dahmer and his chamber of horrors. There were photos strewn about of young men in various stages of dismemberment. Realizing the enormity of the crime scene, police arrested Dahmer, sealed the apartment, and called in County Medical Examiner Dr. Jeffrey Jensen.
First thing that we saw was a human head that was in a refrigerator, and after that it was we considered to be a localized disaster.
Jensen then led a room-by-room search, finding body parts, skulls, and a human heart in the freezer. They found soup kettles filled with skulls, male genitals, and human hands. There was a complete skeleton in the bedroom, and the blue tub contained 3 human torsos.
In the freezer component, there was another frozen skeleton, and that was also inventoried. And then it was the process of piecing together, so to speak, the different body parts with skulls.
The morning after his arrest, the startling images of Jeffrey Dahmer's freezer and other evidence being hauled out of his apartment beamed all over the world. In Milwaukee, the discovery of a serial killer terrified families who had loved ones missing. Stanley Miller's nephew, Ernest, had disappeared 10 months earlier.
That morning when I woke up and saw it on the news, something just drew me there. I just knew he was there.
He was right. Ernest Miller's skull was among those discovered in the apartment. It was Oliver Lacey's head in the refrigerator, the head of Emmanuel Lacey's father and Catherine Lacey's son.
I even went over there and I seen them take him out and all his things. And I walked around the building and I got a cold feeling in my stomach. It's like a pain that hit me in my stomach.
The pain would turn to horror as they learned exactly how their loved ones died. Necrophilia, dismemberment, cannibalism, lobotomies. Within hours of his arrest, Jeffrey Dahmer admitted to all this and more.
He wanted to confess. It was clear involuntary. He wanted to get it off. He helped the police solve murders that they didn't even know about, that they were murdered. to unload.
His full confession would detail 11 murders within his tiny apartment. 4 more in the basement of his grandmother's house, 1 in a hotel room, and another, his first, in 1979, in his boyhood home in Bath, Ohio. His upbringing, as he traced it now for police, was in some ways unusual for a serial killer.
He was not sexually abused, and he was not physically abused by his parents. A third feature, less frequently found, but often found in serial killers, is economic deprivation. In other words, raised in financial hardships. Quite the opposite was the case in Dahmer's situation. He was raised in an affluent